50,000 ringgit. 50,000 going once, twice, sold. 50,000 ringgit condo in Ampang. Did you hear that, right? 50,000 ringgit condominium in Ampang. Well, when you come to an auction house, you never know what sort of deals you may get. So, to understand more about auctions, we're here with Mr. Abdul Hamid PV, Managing Director of Astro Auctioneers. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, give me. Okay.
First of all, 50,000 ringgit condo in Ampang again.
Very hard to get a 50,000 condo in Ampang. You can only get a flat. It's not even in Ampang. Maybe outside from Ampang you can get 50,000.
But the address still says Ampang.
Maybe there's a part.
Then I won't complain. As long as it's in Ampang, I'll be happy.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let help us understand here. Why? First of all, why would a property be put up for auction?
Oh yeah, in the property put up for auction in Malaysia is because of the defaulters. See? In Malaysia, when the defaulters they default to pay the repayment with the bank, then the property is put up for auction. You see, when it's come for auction. The other way is we helping the borrowers to sell their property also through auctions.
I see. So because, you know, every now and then when I go home, I'll get pieces of paper saying that there are properties for auction and it costs 11,000, 20,000 ringgit for, you know, a flat. And I think that's, wow, really cheap. So what are we looking at there? You know, normally when we go out on the house market, it's like 50, 60, hundreds of thousands. But these are so cheap. Why?
It depends on location. Reserve price because it depends on location. If the property is put up, I mean the property is from far from the town, let's say from Bukit Beruntung area, you can get 7,000 reserve price.
7,000 ringgit.
Reserve price of the auction property. It depends on location.
And it goes up to?
Yeah, sometimes the property there are more than a bidder, then you have to bid the property for the highest price. It can.
I see. So you have a good range lah.
Oh yeah.
A very good range from cheap properties to very expensive properties.
Properties.
Okay. Talk to us about the process. So when one comes here, one wants to bid.
Okay.
So what should one be looking out for?
Okay, if the bidder they're interested to purchase a property through auction, the first thing they have to see, I mean, they have to inspect the property. They have to go and inspect the property. But for auction properties, they can't go inside the property. They can't access to the property. But they can have a look from outside.
From outside,
right? And then they can know what is the condition going to be inside, you know. And with that, they have to do some search in land office or court if the property is put up auction in land office or court. But for properties which is we put auction in our auction hall, right? So these people, these bidders, they just call us and get all the info from us. We can email to them, we can call and tell them what is the things on the property.
Any indication as to what the insides look like? I know you look from the outside and you self-assess lah. But do you supply the people, your potential buyers with?
But we, as I told you, we can't take them inside to the property, right? So from outside, we can have them have a look from outside. Okay, if the property, like any tenant on the property, right? They can have them permission to go inside and have a look.
I see, I see. Not even photos or anything like that?
No.
I see. So it really is in good faith.
Oh yeah, hopefully. But most of the auction properties which is we putting up for auctions in the market, it's fair condition, you know. It's mostly it's fair condition. You can't say that very bad condition. In fact, it's bad condition. People are buying up with a lower price, do up, and then they're putting up with the market price.
I see. Because a lot of people seem to think that have this perception, right? In the house on auction, that means it must either have really bad debts or the house is in really bad condition and non-sellable.
Yeah, in Malaysia they are thinking like that, but there are people also they're buying auction property, especially the only buying auction properties, and they make millions of auction properties.
Right, they buy and then they do up and then they sell again.
That's right.
And just before we began the show, I had a little chat with Amit here, and you were telling me that some developers actually sell brand new properties.
Oh yeah, because some of the property which is they already purchased from the developer, and then they never service the loan with the bank. And then it's considered as a brand new property. Within 6 months, the property will go for auction.
I see.
So you're buying a brand new house through auctions.
And normally these brand new houses, do they stick to around the market value or do they dip or do they go above?
Which is we putting up the auction by the financial institution, we go for the fair market value. But the first auction, of course, we have to go for the fair market value.
I see. Okay. Now, so when let's say I come into this auction hall and okay, talk to us about the process. You know, I would have to presumably bring a certain amount of money to put down.
You have to bring.
And I should know what I want before I come.
Oh yeah, you have to study the property and then which financial institutions are putting up auction today, and then you have to buy a bank draft of 5 or 10% for you to entitled for you to bidding the property. So once you come here, you just go to my counter and register with your name and IC number. Register which property you're going to bid and take your seat. We will give you a pedal for you to bid the property, right? And then on the auctioneer, they will call your pedal number and your name, and then we will after you call, then you will start for bidding. If you are the only bidder at that day, you will get with the reserve price dinner. You don't need to bid with others. If you have many bidders, then you have to bid with them. You have to compete with the higher price.
And all the bidders are here. There are no phone-in bidders or anything
no,
like that.
No. All the bidders will be here.
Okay.
No phone-in bidders.
And so 5 to 10% of the reserve price you said, that's to be entitled to bid. Okay.
Yes.
I bid, you bid, you win. What happens to my 10%?
Well, we will return you back. If I win, all the unsuccessful bidders immediately will return back for them the bank draft.
I see. So after that, what happens after that?
Okay, once you are the successful bidder, okay, you are the successful bidder, the auction will proclaim the property and you are bidded, and then your name will be proclaimed. You will be going to the counter again to sign a memorandum of contract. This contract is really a sell and purchase agreement, see. So you have to go with this, after we stamp, the next day we will give you the contract. Then you have to go for your application of your loan, financial institution can apply the loan, and you can apply in fact your withdrawal of the EPF and all the things with the contract, with the contract which is be given to you.
I see. So when people come in, they only expect just the one type of auctions, or are there different types of auctions?
Sometimes we used to put more than 100 properties in one type of auction, right? And then it's not all the 100 properties going for auction. In between, some of the borrowers, they go and make a settlement with the bank. Out of 100, maybe only 50 properties going for auction. Out of 50, maybe we can sell about 30 properties on that day. It's not all which is we put up for auction can be sold or can be settled by the borrower.
So what happens to the properties that are not sold?
Okay, which is not sold, normally the financial institution, they will inform us to reduce another 10% from the previous reserve price, and we will put up auction again.
I see. So in other words, technically speaking, if I was looking at a condominium in Ampang for 50,000 ringgit, and I was the only bidder, which probably is never going to happen if it's in Ampang, and I look that there's nobody else here interested, if I don't put my hand up, I am almost certain that in the next round it will be cheaper.
No, you are talking about a condo 50,000 in Ampang. Okay, I think most probably about 50 bidders will be queuing up for bid.
I see.
There are properties which we are putting up, commercial properties and all this. More than 20-30 bidders. In fact, one property we put up in Penang, 72 bidders registered with us for bidding at the auction, you see. So it depends on what type of property we are putting up for auction. If you talk about 50,000 property, condo in Ampang, this will be minimum about 50 to 60 bidders will be queuing up to bid the property.
I see. Okay. And then when one already seals a deal by sending the account at the counter, and the final price that he won the bid at, is that the clean price of the property that he will be walking away with, or do they have to top up previous balances?
Yeah. Sometimes some of the financial institution which is putting up for auction, you are buying with clean, right? You are buying. Let's say you buy with a 50,000 property, you are buying very clean until the day of auction. The financial institution, they will settle all the areas on the property. There are 1-2 banks, they say, come on, we are putting up the property very low and we are selling with you the 50,000, but whatever the outstanding, with the developer, you have to bear your own self. There are 1-2 banks that are doing that because they are putting a very low price.
I see. Okay, we're almost running out the interview right now. Let's be realistic here. How's the auction market like right now? We just recovered from a property slump.
Oh yeah, because it's the market, you can see, now people really want to go in auction properties. Even my marketing side, we are receiving a lot of calls and emails. They want to look especially auction properties certain areas. In Malaysia, people are start to looking on auction properties. They really want to buy auction properties with a reasonable price. But as you said, market now is up and down, right? But still auction properties we are selling. We are giving a good sales for our clients.
I see. Final question, tips, good tips for anybody who might be walking through that door to, look at something.
Look at the property which is, we call it as the blue chip properties now in the market, whereby people are buying 2 bags and keep a couple of months, and then they are selling back. So I advise our people, sometimes you cannot buy 500,000, 1 million property. Look at a blue chip property, buy now and do up, maybe times to come you can sell with a good price. You really can make money through auction property.
So it's a great investment opportunity.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Amit, thank you so much for your time.
My
It's
pleasure.
an absolute pleasure. Now I know where to look for cheap houses, and
Come
maybe. Well, that's it from me for the first segment. Stay with us, because in the second and third segment, you may never know if Lina would have a great bargain for you. So for you, the only way for you to find out is for you to stick with us on In Realty. I'm going to go look for some cheap houses now.
Okay, and we are back. As promised on the earlier segment, I'll be talking to one of the successful bidders right here in the public auction sale. With me today is Mr. William S.F. Wong. He is one of the successful bidders of the hot properties that has been auctioned just now, yeah? So, William, what is it exactly that you do?
I'm a full-time property agent, and sometimes I look for the auction property for my regular customer.
And how often do you do this, going to auction?
It depends on the property. If the location is quite good, then my customer, they will ask to come and bid.
Okay, for this particular auction that you've just won over the factory in Kepong, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit, how did you get to know about this Kepong, and how would you know the value, the market value, and the reserve price is gel with each other?
The Kepong property demand is quite good. So sometimes you want to buy sub-sale, you cannot get. So today is my client asked me to come and bid this property. So he insists on this property, but they said the limit for me quite a good limit.
Okay. So have you achieved your limit? Have you go beyond, or is it just nice?
It's slightly higher.
Okay.
But the property for the future, I think they will going up also.
From 630 reserve price, and you bidded it at 800,000, right?
800,000, yeah.
So, is it worth it?
For the moment, maybe it's slightly higher. I think for the future, then it should be okay.
Okay, so
The price will going up.
comparing the residential property and the factory property, which one has got more demand?
Factory more demand in Kepong because the location is quite good. For retail, is also can do there.
Okay. And once you've won the auction, so what is next for you? What exactly do you do after this?
After this,
What are the protocols?
We have to arrange the bank loan for my customer.
And then that's about it lah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay, and then if there's a property that your client really like, but you think that it's not suitable, do you go and say, no, this is not right, or you just simply bid also?
No. If not worth to buy, we not encourage. We are not encourage people, my client to bid.
Okay. All right. So, what is your advice to people out there who is very interested into auction and bidding? What would you say? How do you say to them if they're scared to take the risk?
I think those people who come and bid, they have already do some research. Then
course, yeah.
then
You're gonna put your money, a lot of
yeah,
money.
they have already do their work, research, then come and bid.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, William.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So that's about it. I hope you are very well informed with this info-packed episode of today's auction. So hope to see you again next week on In Realty.